What's up, y'all? Back again from the dead with yet another tank update video. I know you guys are definitely getting sick of these at this point. Seems like all I do on this channel now is tank updates, but we need to pull you guys up to speed because I haven't uploaded on my channel in over a month, and for that I do apologize. I've been having health issues recently that has made recording, editing, and uploading YouTube videos an actual nightmare, but I really do want to get back on track and share with you guys what's going on with all of my tanks, because we have some exciting things coming soon. You know, we have some exciting things, and I need you guys to get up to speed with what's been going on. So yes, it is another tank update video, but I guess this one's more exciting than the last one, so at least there's some compromise there. We're looking here at the beautiful Waterbox 220-gallon build that I just started, not recently either, not recently. It's been running for maybe like 6 months or something. Embarrassing at this point. I mean, embarrassing that it should not be looking like this at this stage. I know you guys instantly are looking at me like, what happened? Why are there no corals? Stephanie, why are there no corals? And I know you're very disappointed in me. It's just, we've had some issues with the coral quarantine, okay? We've had some issues, which I will get to in a little bit, but bear with me. I do, in fact, want to add a lovely Duncan, a lovely Zoa frag, or a hammer, or torch even. It's definitely at the top of my priority list at the moment. We're just having some setbacks, which I will show you guys. I'll show you guys the coral quarantine and what's going on with that in a little bit. But I mean, yeah, definitely planning to get those corals in there ASAP. The biggest update on this guy is that look what we added. We added the little basic clownfish. Yes, we have added them to the tank. They're so happy. You know, when I first added them here, they were really confused because I'm sure this is the largest body of water they've ever been in their entire life. They were kind of a bit overwhelmed. Now they've kind of claimed the left section of the tank. So coming close to figuring out who's the female too, which is exciting. That little guy has been having some spasms. So hopefully they get that figured out soon. Definitely want to get them an anemone. For them in the future. Give them a little home that they can make their own. You know, it'll be cute. It's kind of funny because they're so small that you can't even see them when you're like, do you see them? Do you see them? I don't see them. They are so small in comparison to this monstrosity. As little as they may be, they are in here, and you know, over time they'll grow and I'll fatten them up. So I also added the first part of my cleanup crew, which is pretty exciting. They're kind of all over the place right now, but hey, I added some Astrea snails, some trochus snails, some scarlet hermits, and some fighting conches. Gotta have the fighting conches. They're doing really well. Kind of a funny story, well, actually tragic story involved with adding my cleanup crew. So I got a few members of my cleanup crew from my local fish store, Aqua Studios, but I got the bulk of my cleanup crew online at Reef Cleaners. But yeah, the tragic story that happened was I placed the order with Reef Cleaners. It was a very large order, actually. When they arrived, I got the notification that they, you know, were dropped off, went to my mailbox, and when it came down to opening my mailbox to get my dear cleanup crew out, the key would not budge. The key would not open this door. I tried everything, and unfortunately the post office was closed at this point in time. Just my luck. I had to wait until the next morning to go to USPS. The USPS postal master person, they expressed concern, but they didn't actually get anybody out to help me until 4 p.m. that day. At this point in time, it's been like 24 hours, and my dear cleanup crew critters were stuck in that poor mailbox. So very unfortunate. When I got them out, they were not with us, unfortunately. So contacted Reef Cleaners just to let them know the situation. I really had no expectations that they were going to help me out because it wasn't their fault at all. Heck, they actually ended up sending me a whole different shipment, replaced my entire order. Shout out to Reef Cleaners, 10 out of 10 customer service. For real, if you guys need any cleanup crew critters, definitely check out Reef Cleaners by far. I don't remember the last time I showed you guys my sump, and I think it's because every time I look at people's sumps online, everybody's sumps look amazing. They look so organized. They're just so perfect. They would bring even Marie Kondo to tears. You know, they're just pieces of art, honestly. And I don't know how y'all do it. Maybe it's just because it's my first sump, and I'm still trying to figure out what's what and what goes where and how this all works. But dang, props to you guys, because you make it look like it's so easy to get this thing looking pretty, and it's really not. I think I just haven't shown you guys what's under here just out of sheer embarrassment, essentially. I mean, this isn't organized. It really hurts my type A personality, honestly. I don't know if I ever brought it up, but I did end up adding the filter socks to the sump area. They definitely need a good cleaning now, which I guess is good. Skimmer has been skimming too. I need to clean it out again by the looks of it, which, man, that thing skims and it smells so nasty. You know I mentioned earlier how excited I was to clean it out, and I take it back. I take it back. That thing definitely, woo, it really gets to you, that smell. It's very pungent, to say the least. But hey, it means it's doing its job well, right? My next steps here, the sump area, is obviously at least try to make it look a little bit more attractive. Definitely get the refugium in this first chamber here. Get this refugium going here. I was going to use my Kessel 360X that I have laying around in my garage, thinking of attaching that. I'm not really sure what the best way to attach that thing in here is. I've seen a lot of people do really cool makeshift contraptions, but I did come across a little Kessel arm that I think you can clip on the side of here. I don't know, do you guys have any experience with those little clip mounts? Because I don't know, I guess I've been looking into that. I didn't even know that kind of thing existed. Just goes to show how ignorant I am of sumps. This, oh gosh, I am so glad that you can't really see what's going on here, because it is horrible. All my wires. So to say I lack any cable management is a total understatement. This is really embarrassing and just honestly a fire hazard at this point. Definitely need to plan a big cable management project here soon. I actually inquired about getting a custom controller board here. Still waiting to hear back from them. I don't really know what to do in terms of wire management behind this controller board. This is just like overwhelming me, and I'd rather just close the door and just not think about that. The coral quarantine. Okay, so made a lot of progress on this, guy, since the last time I saw you, but not enough progress, I guess. This is actually my first reef aquarium ever. BioCube 29-gallon here. Last time I showed it to you guys, it was empty. There was no water, and it was absolutely disgusting. Ended up cleaning it out finally. Added some water, you know, the power heads and whatnot. I just recently added some old nasty media from my other tank. Cycling process is definitely underway. I bet you guys are wondering, Stephanie, why is the lid still on, and why do you still have those terrible BioCube oven cooking lamps still on here? Yeah, I mentioned in the last video I wanted to use that 360X Kessel light that I had laying around, which I'm now planning on using on the refugium. Last video I said I was gonna put that on this coral quarantine tank. Well, I think differently now. It might not be the best idea, just because I know that the 360X is designed more for keeping like LPS, which is fine, but I do want to have SPS in this coral quarantine tank in the future, definitely. And also, I think it's just the best idea to have my corals that are in my coral quarantine adjust to my lights and my light schedule before actually going into my big tank, to make it as easy as possible, to make sure they're as healthy as possible. I decided that, hey, I think I need to cough up a Radion and stick that thing on here. Still need to get the little arm mount. So I do actually already have my Radions ready to go. Radion XR30 Pro Gen 4 is here. I just really have to get around to getting that arm and getting that thing installed. Just reminds me, wow, it's gonna be a long time until I actually have coral in that thing. But hey, patience is the game, so I guess it might be worth it. But hey, I might just like say screw this and just end up adding them early. At least setting one up makes me feel somewhat responsible. I'm also super excited to announce that I added the second batch of fishies into the fish quarantine. breed. They're so beautiful. I have your good old Royal Gramma here. This little guy, a tank staple, honestly. I love these guys. Their little shy, cute, colorful selves are amazing. Also very exciting, I have my first set of Anthias. I love their coloration. I also love that they are, they swim in the general water columns. They swim in their little groups. They're just great fish. Honestly, I was a bit overwhelmed when picking out which ones I wanted to keep, just because there's so many options of Anthias out there, and they're all really beautiful, but definitely their pictures online do not do them justice. I could never tell which Anthia was which because the pictures were always different. You'd search like Lyretail Anthias and like no two pictures were alike. So I guess it was kind of hard to tell, but yeah, I'm really happy with these guys. I got 3 Lyretails here. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so these 3 are female, so they're nice. This pretty yellow orange. Whoever decides is going to be the male is going to turn like bright red, and that's pretty cool. I think they're amazing. Also, I got 2 of these Tierra Anthias. They're also really gorgeous. I didn't initially consider these guys when I was thinking about Anthias, but they happened to be at the store when I got the Lyretails coming. They're definitely super amazing. The coloration, can't beat it. I want to look into adding maybe another one. Be a male, I guess, or female, depending on how these guys go. Beautiful fish. They're kind of sleepy right now because it is past their bedtime. They've been eating really well, which is good. I've been feeding them twice a day to make sure they get those fat bellies here, and so far so good. Have my fish quarantine process or schedule, I guess, all planned out, and I did get a lot of the medications and stuff that I need. I will be making a video here in the future going over the specific process of what I do and everything, or what I plan on doing for these guys. Stay tuned for that. So cool to have more fishies in here, and hopefully we'll be able to see these ones in the bigger tank. With all of the bubble algae, Aptasia, and Lord knows what other types of nuisance algae I have in my 40-gallon, I really wasn't expecting y'all to actually think the tank looks great. I mean, pretty sure you guys are just trying to cheer me up, but hey, I appreciate it. And I love how you guys were so quick to jump to cutting off half of my aquascape. You'll know that was a joke, right? I mean, if I cut off that ledge, I let the Aptasia win, and I can't let the Aptasia win. Right? Almost looks like they actually belong there. A new strain of ultra rare collector Duncans. Hit me up for those frags. And oh yes, all hail the holy Aptasia Duncans.